why must a leader fear God? Because if you fear God, then you will not abuse your power. You will not take advantage of people. Nehemiah did not abuse his position and authority as governor simply because he had the fear of God in his heart. Listen, in the political world, in the corporate world, in the secular world, you have a system of checks and balances, right? You have a system of accountability and oversight. You have controls and even whistleblowing. And let me tell you, all those are necessary because of the sinful nature of mankind. But listen, while secular leaders have external controls, godly leaders have eternal and internal controls. And what is that? That is the fear of God. Listen, we have internal controls because the fear of God is in my heart. Not laws and policies and systems of control, but it's internal because the fear of God is written in my heart, not on books and policies. And we have eternal control because I know that one day when I die, I will enter into eternity and I will have to face God and be accountable to God. And so while in our church we have the usual secular external control, what is even more powerful is that our leadership has internal controls and eternal controls. You know, it was just, I think last year or a few months ago that Pastor Lee and I, we wanted to send a gift to a pastor friend of ours in London. And it could be a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. I cannot remember. And so we chose something from Marks and Spencer's. And we thought this would be a good gift for him. And so we got our staff to make sure he got the gift, right? But later on, we found out that our staff bought the gift from Marks and Spencer Singapore and wanted to ship it or air freight it to London. Whereas a much cheaper option would be to order online from M&S in UK and get them to do the delivery. And I found out that it probably could have saved us, I don't know, $50, $80. And I intervened and I say, don't waste the money. Do it the cheaper way. And if they really don't have the same gift, we can just find some other gift in M&S UK that will fit. Don't waste the air freight, right? Now, some people may think, Pastor Hao, you are the senior pastor of 5,000 people. You shouldn't micromanage. This is really micromanaging. And you know what? Let me tell you, I can't help micromanaging for the financial aspect of the church. Why? Because it is not my money. If this was my money, actually I would have closed one eye and said, I'm too tired, I don't want to micromanage. It's only $50. But because it is God's money, because it is the people's money, your money, I have to step in and micromanage. And you know what's the interesting thing? Is that none of the external control would have caught this. When we show you the financial statement of our church in the AGM, you will not say, oh, why you waste $50 on air freight? You won't see it. The board members won't see it. In fact, even the auditors will not pick it up. And that is why I tell you, while it's good to have external control, it is better, it is more godly to have internal control, more godly to have eternal control. Because internal control, I know I know I have a fear of God. That is His money and it's your money, and I'm not the possessor of it. I'm just the steward of it. And whether you guys will know, whether the board knows, whether the auditors know, it doesn't matter because I know and God knows. Whether it is private or it's public, it doesn't matter because I have an internal control. And you know what? Most importantly, I have eternal control. Because one day I will meet God. And I will be accountable for your souls. And I will be accountable for every dollar that is in Heart of God Church. That's why godly leaders must have eternal, internal control. Amen?